So I've been hearing this from a lot of people out there. I'll build it when AI gets better, or I start when the technology is perfect. I'm just waiting for the right time. So a lot of excuses. Remember long time back when you liked a girl and you told your friends, hey, I'll ask her out when the time is right or when I'm ready and stuff like that. We've all done that and it's obviously not turned out right. Trust me, this is not the time for that because the AI at this point in time is very much capable of creating really good applications and it can code really, really well. I mean, there will be skeptics who will tell you that no, the code is not great and all that. Really, to be frank, I don't think you should be listening to those people. If you see on screen, the app that you're looking at is actually an app that I built using AI. Okay. So if you think about it, if I can build an app like this for someone who cannot code at all, I really don't know how to code. Okay. For someone like me, if I can build something like this, absolutely, you can build it too. So let's just look at two scenarios. What is actually holding you back? One path really holds you back and the other path takes you forward. So you have a brilliant idea. Okay. And then now you have to choose what's your move? What do you really want to do? What is the path forward for you? One way is to really wait. Okay. Wait for the AI to get perfect. It's, the tools are like one prompt and it will give you the result that you want. You're like, hey, I want you to build a Photoshop like software. In the waiting game, basically what happens is you're like, oh, I want to give one prompt. Say, I want to build a software which is more or less like Photoshop. And in that one prompt, I need to get the output. I need a perfectly working Photoshop clone from one prompt. If you're waiting for that, that might never happen. Okay. But can you build something like that? I truly believe that at this point in time, if you have enough patience and grit and ambition to actually sit down and focus on adding one feature after the other, you can build it. I truly believe that. Okay. So if you are waiting, that's never really going to be the best strategy forward. So just looking at the strategy, if you're waiting, then you're waiting for the perfect AI. Okay. And I feel that at this point in time, what we have is at least 80-85% of perfection. Okay. The rest 15%, if you keep waiting for that, that might take a little bit more time. And by then, a lot of your contemporaries would have really gone forward. They've done something, they've created stuff, right? So this is basically the perfect excuse that you have. This is the loop that you go into. It's like, oh, AI needs to get better. It needs to be perfect. I want to build an app from one single prompt. These are the excuses. Or it's like, oh, I just want to watch one more tutorial. I want to learn first. Why? The best thing to do is to learn while you build stuff. When I started, I just started with few tools. And then on the 6th day or so, I started building this application. This is a very, very complicated application. I did not think it will happen, but I just started. And once I got started, I was excited with every single feature I added to it. Every single changes to the style. All those things really, really excited me. There were some days I would be like, oh my God, what? I've done this. That is some kind of excitement that you cannot imagine. Okay. But the thing is, you need patience. You really need patience. Another scenario is that you are like, okay, fine. The AI is doing its job. It can build stuff. I understand it. But someday, maybe right now, I'm not ready. I'll wait. When the time is perfect, that's when I'm going to build. Stop this thing. I mean, it's really not going to benefit you in any way. Just all these excuses are just not going to work for you. So the fact is that let's say you have a brilliant idea and someone else sitting somewhere else in the world builds it, because if you can think of an idea, someone else in the world can also think about it. It's just a fallacy to think that if you thought of something, that idea will never come in another person's mind. That's just fantasy world, really. If you can think of it, someone else can think of it too. So let's look at another scenario. Okay. Let's look at, rather than the waiting game, let's look at the builder's path. Okay. It's about the mindset. You have to think like today's AI is fine. Whatever it can do, I'm going to respect its limitations, but within its limitation, I'm actually going to do whatever can be done. I'll push it to its limit and build, right? That's the attitude for someone who is having the right mindset. They'll be like, I'm going to build it. No matter what obstacle comes in the way, I'm going to do it. Okay. For example, I'll just give you example for this particular product itself, right? I really got stuck at 3 different places. One was the ability to actually select multiple objects like this, okay, which has 2 shapes and a connection line, and the ability to scale them all together. That was something that I actually got stuck at. Okay. It took me quite a bit of time to actually get over it. I had to be like pushing it. And one time I was like, okay, this is not happening. And then another time I was like, okay, fine, I'll wait. Okay. This was early stages of while building this app. And I was like, maybe this is an indication that, okay, I need to add a few new features. So at that point in time, I did not have this option to add a sticky note. I did not have the option to add an image. Okay. I added these features into the app. Okay. That's what I did. So rather than giving excuses, something is not working, add another feature. Add another feature. Okay. Then what is going to happen is that you will see your app growing, getting better and better and better. Now here's the thing. You're also giving yourself the time and the AI the time to keep getting better. So around that time, what happened was the new version. So it's still Claude 3.5 Sonnet. But in October, there was a release which said Claude Sonnet 3.5 new. As soon as that new release came out, I retried the scaling method. It worked. It just worked. Understood? So if you are building something, the AI is also getting better in the process. So you have to basically say, if there are problems, we'll fight through it. Okay. So what we are looking at this from a builder's reality is that this is what it is. Start with what works. It doesn't matter if there are limitations. Whatever is available to you, use it. Okay. When you're waiting, you're not waiting for like, okay, fine, I'll not do anything. No, you add other features which can be added into the app. Okay. So that's what I did. Okay. And don't get stuck like here. It's like, just one more tutorial in this scenario. You're like, learn, let's learn more. No, learn by doing. This is the right attitude. When you create stuff, you are going to learn. It's just how it is. It's a fact. Okay. And improve as AI improves. And this is what that is the scenario that I mentioned earlier, where I added other features. And when the AI got better, the feature that I wanted to add, I was able to add it. Similarly, I got pretty much stuck with the undo redo feature. Okay. That was one of the features before zoom and pan that took the most amount of time to add into this app. It took me 10 days, but it was not like, okay, 10 days. I tried to add that multiple times. At multiple stages of building the app, I tried to add it. It just did not work. It just didn't work. But then once I was like, okay, I'm going to get it done. I'm focusing on this. It took me 10 days. It got done. It was done. I added it once. It didn't work out well. I added it again. It was like it was causing other issues or it was not completely working or whatever. So I remove it and then add it later on. Again, this also was added after the new version of Sonnet 3.5 was added. So when you go through this process, whatever idea you have, that becomes real, right? So more than anything else, we really have to focus on the mindset, to turn into this mindset, the builder part, the builder mindset, rather than looking for perfection, not perfection. Start building. You learn in the process. And if you just think about it, just look at these 2 scenarios. If you look at these 2 scenarios, you have someone else building your app in the scenario. And here you have the app that you wanted to build, right? And that's what happens 5 years later. 5 years later, you would think if you went from this side, you'd be like, it could have been me, it could have been my app. But if you go by the builder mentality, it is actually your reality. So I think the right kind of mindset is essential. When you're building something, just build it. Okay. When technology is actually 6 months back, we couldn't do this. 6 months back, just 6 months back, this was not possible. I couldn't think in my mind 5 months back, I could not imagine that I could have built something like this. Right? And today I have it. And that is what, AI makes possible for us. So you have your brilliant idea, go with this builder mindset, and whatever you want to achieve, you can. Okay, so don't wait. The AI can do stuff right now. Whatever it can do, use it, utilize it. Anyway, when you're building, it will take some time. So as you're building, the AI is also getting better. So don't worry about it getting better. You start. Okay. If you like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel, like this video and share it with your friends. I'll be making a lot more. I'll try and add as much value as possible, and I'll keep adding more features to my app and I'll share it with you guys. And actually we can learn a lot together while doing this. So let's all take action, start building. Okay. Think of an idea and then start building. I'll see you in the next one.